Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at TechTrader.com. It's Tuesday night, the 23rd of August, and looked like a turnaround Tuesday in the morning as the market spiked to the upside, but they came down all afternoon. Still finished positive, but gave back a huge chunk of their gains, and maybe double top because both of the afternoon rallies nearly matched the morning rallies from the prior. Well, the rallies from the prior day. And as a result, we got potentially double tops. But let's look at the individual chart patterns. Swing trade MBLY, which popped today through resistance, through this triple top here, intraday top at around 66.90. Got all the way up to 68.66 before backing off. It was up 202 or 3%. Volume was $1.25 million, not bad. And OBV making new highs. It just looks like this is still ready to ramp up even higher. My next target is 75 range. So we have potentially 6, 7, 8 points more to go. Let's just say that could be the top of the channel right there. Almost 10 days to cover should help. ARWR, fantastic move. Now up 8 days in a row off of the low. And it's gone in the last 8 days from 568 to 822. And a nice, slow, steady rising channel. A steep one, but a nice steady riser. And there's your channel. It may still ramp up. I'm looking for as high as 9.25, maybe 9.5 coming up. That'll test these multiple tops up here and the channel top as well. So we may see that happen rather quickly. 30.5 days to cover. Big volume ramping up. It's got a lot of momentum. AXTI popped through a key rising wedge today. Here's your ascending wedge. And it's a stock in the semiconductor group, which is very hot. To me, that taking out that spike high, that's the channel, and we're near the channel top. But if it's going to accelerate here, you can see that stock could still make it up towards 5.5, 3/4. Clovis, big news came out late today. The stock exploded from 16.60 to 25 literally, backed off, and then came out again. Wouldn't be surprised to see this come through here and make a run in the next few days anyway on a swing trade up towards mid-30s. That could get interesting. There's 8 days to cover short. Data. On earnings, they popped, surprised everybody, got right to the declining tops line, pretty much finished right there. It's a darn good indication it wants to go higher. When you see a breakaway gap through resistance into a larger overhead gap, it's likely we at least fill that gap halfway. Well, we're pretty close to that. But if it extends and breaks through the top of the channel and the declining tops line, this juxtaposition through that would be a $70 target. And there's almost 5 days to cover as well. Well, EBIO popped yesterday, and a little bit of a follow through before it pulled back late in the day, but it was up a dime or 2%. Volume needs to get going. OBV's holding nicely. I'm looking for a run at the 595 area, and then I'm looking at 6.5, excuse me, 7.5, 8 up here. EBIX broke out also through an ascending wedge to new all-time highs, up 243 or 4.4%. 29.5 days to cover. I think the shorts are trapped on this one. We may see a squeeze to mid-channel there, the mid-60s. EXEL back up to the retest of highs. Made a nominal new high by a couple cents today. Got up to 1170. Closed at 1161 right there. Next targets nearly 13, 15, and 17. 8.2 days to cover. And in a very sharply rising channel, this could continue. FIVN also in a very sharply rising channel. Long term on a daily chart, also came through an ascending wedge, which broke out 2 days ago, followed through yesterday and today. My target now is 15.5, 3/4, and I'm looking at 18. Hudson, nice pop today. Taking a look at this move here from 336 to 563, we're talking about $2.27. Add that to this pullback low, and you got 6.97 or around $7 where my target is, right up there. Beyond that, I can see the stock making an intermediate move towards 9. LCI, an old swing of ours, still acting great. Wave 1, 2, 3, and 4, the fifth wave just began, it looks like, and it'll be confirmed with a move to 33. When that occurs, I'm looking for a quick move to 36.5. Eventually, something up around 44. There's 8.7 days to cover in that. MBLY with a positive news today on a joint venture with Delphi Automotive. Exploded. 5.7 days to cover. Got us to squeeze it to a new high today. This 50.18 was the high a month ago. Today it hit 51.15, so $1 higher. Backed off to close near there. Nevertheless, I think the breakaway gap out of this large wedge is significant enough that it's going to take us higher. First to 54, then to 58, and even 63.4. 5.7 days cover, like I said. Momo with a nice follow through. I showed you that inverse head and shoulders yesterday. Today it popped another 249 or 14%. Strong volume, 8.7 million. This could very well exceed. As a matter of fact, today's high is a new all-time high, so we may get an extension into the low 20s. NDSN with a big explosive pop today, nearly 10 points or 10% on a very strong earnings report. You can see where it may be extended here near the top of the, it looks like a rising channel. So we'll leave it at that for now, but after 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-way move and a move from 50 to 100 and change, I wouldn't be aggressive with it here, but this kind of a move and breakaway gap with big volume often leads to higher levels, especially with 10 days to cover short. Nice day for Nectar. You notice that the wedge has been broken. It popped on 1.2 million, only about 33 cents or 1.85%, but I think it's the beginning of a move that's going to take you to 20 and 22.5. 10 days to cover there. And Puma Bio is just looking great in here. Inverse head and shoulder breakaway gap flag, and there she goes. I'd like to see this make a move towards 70, but my near-term target is 65. Almost 8 days to cover. Raven with an inverse head and shoulder breakout and wedge, popped and then wedged again and then exploded today for 249 or 11.5%. And you can see how this is the highest level reached on Raven going way back. And it looks to me like 27 is your next target. Vuzi had some pretty good news today. The stock popped and backed off. It was only up 22 cents or 3%. Volume increased though to the best volume on an up day in about 4 weeks. It could be the beginning. We're going to see if 760, today's high, can be taken out. And then we're going to have to take out the 790 to 820 zone. That'll really get it going if we see that with volume. Watt popped out of a little wedge, up $1.32 or 9% today on $1.5 million, which is strong volume, the best in about 6 weeks. Looks to me like it may be headed to test the top of that channel. It comes in around 18. Weibo continues to impress. What a nice move. 12 and change to 46 and change. Almost a 300% move. But today's action takes it out of an ascending wedge and should extend a little bit more. Last day's XPO, the massive inverse head and shoulders, which broke out a week and a half ago, followed with a wedge, then a pop, then an inside day, and today gap up, solid up 2% day, but I need to see it follow through and take out the recent highs near 38, and that happens, we'll look at 42 and 47 as targets. Folks, that's the long of it. Still a lot of long ideas, and we'll take a look at how they do tomorrow. Good night, everybody.